everyone, welcome back to the 1975 Chevy C10 build. Today we're hopefully going to be finishing this side of the cab. There are a few things that we're going to need to do. We're going to need to cut out the cab corner and weld that in. We're also going to need to finish welding up and cleaning up everything over here. So we're also going to have to test fit the door, but that's all we're going to have to do. We have a ton of welds and grinding to go through, so let's get into it. But first we're going to have to do the tailgate, which we finished in the last episode. We're gonna have to finish primering it. So we just finished primering the tailgate with the paint gun and the actual automotive primer. So we only did one coat, but you can see in some areas where we have to work on some more right there too. But other than that, it actually turned out a whole lot better than it did. This is only one coat, by the way. So now it's time to put some guide paint on it. Guide coat, for if you don't know, actually helps for finding dents and scratches in the paint, so we could go back and sand them down and fill them up. It was now time to start working on the cab corners, so we actually got the new piece that we ordered and cut it because it's always too big to give you extra material to work with, so we just measured it and cut it all off. And we used the extra metal for the scrap to cut up and weld to places that might need to be cut out from rust. And now we're test fitting the new one. So all we had to do was drill out the spot welds that were over here and over here, and then we decided to go ahead and primer the inside so it won't get any more rust than it already has. So now, so after we cut that off, we actually found this, which is gas leak detector, another gas cap. So this was all in the cab corner behind it, where the cab of the truck and the cab corner connect. So we got this part welded on, or tack welded, and that's where we left off last time, but then we actually got it in there. So it's right about here at the rocker panels. I like these welding gloves a whole lot better. I welded this with a $100 welder from Harbor Freight, so it bubbles up a lot because it's flux core, but instead I think I really want to upgrade my welder in the future. As of right now, this welder is only good for spot welding, so to prevent the metal from getting too hot and bending, we had to spot weld in certain areas and move across, like around, so it won't get too hot. So I stopped by Harbor Freight and got us this little angle grinder, and seems to be working pretty good, getting them tight spots. And the next thing will be getting this inside door jamb fixed. That won't be no big deal. Honestly, it must have been burning up there, and smoke must have been going all the way down there.
Yeah, it was that bad.
Whew. Yeah, but it's continuously smoking over here. This air grinder was not working, so we went ahead and went with the electric. For some reason, we found a lot of insulation in the cab of the truck. That's the stuff that actually caught on fire a little bit. So we went ahead and got it out before we started welding. That's gonna have to be rounded off a little bit more, and we're gonna have to put a little bit more welds in. But we finally got the floor welded in, and you can see how perfectly near perfect it looks. It looks good, especially on the corner right there. Then we got it all grinded off over here. It looks really good, in my opinion. We decided to go ahead and cut out the rust that was over there, and then we welded in the metal, and then we cut that off and used the same piece to weld onto the side right there. I think it looks pretty good, but as like I said before, I believe that we're gonna have to round it off a lot more. In the last episode, whenever we almost got finished with the tailgate, I got a comment that said that this looked really good and that it was also almost looked like it's OEMs. So I really do enjoy reading the good comments, and your comment might end up being in, and who knows, your comment might end up in the next video. I'm still not believing how good that actually looks, I believe. We haven't even welded all the way. It's ugly. Right there, we got weld on that. Still got to test fit the doors, because the door might not even fit correctly, especially with the cab corner. Oh, it's even worse.
Somebody just threw some Bondo in there, so we're gonna have to clean that up and weld all that up.
Man, even down here, there's a hole.
Well, we're gonna replace all that anyway.
That might be bondoed.
Bad.
Oh, yeah.
This ain't so bad. It's rusty there. They've got it filled up with Bondo, and it's just gonna have to be cut out.
Yeah. That is
Doors are
bad.
bad.
Oh, yeah.
Those doors are okay. That. See, it's rusty all the way through here. I bet you they just filled it full of Bondo.
Probably.
And we're either gonna have to find out and see if we can replace this, all this, or see if we can patch it. This is all good, except we'll clean that up, and that's supposed to get sealer in there.
Yeah. So, we got all this welded up, and now it's time to clean it off. He's got safety glasses this time.
Grind it off, see what it
So we were trying to weld through and smooth it out. It looks like we still got pretty good gap across here and a hole right there. So we're gonna have to fix that as well.
out. I got hooked the ground up.
Oh yeah. Well, there's this dent over here, and we're planning on actually trying to weld the screw in there and just pull it out. We don't even know if it's gonna work, but we're gonna try it anyway. Oh, it's working.
Good.
Yeah, that looks better than it was.
Knock it back down.
Actually worked.
Now I need to get it right here. Man, you really got it on there now.
Oh yeah.
I think that's gonna get you. Let me grind it off.
Okay. So the reason why we're going to do this first is so that whenever we decide to weld this hole up, it will not push all this back down after we got it all back up. Yeah, because it gets heated up too much. Yeah, but I don't care. I don't know if I'll be able to. Yeah. There. Oh yeah. So our friend decided to give us or actually a few of these metal racks that's from his Jeep. Decided to get new ones, so they went ahead and gave us these. This is all thick metal too. It's all rusted out in some spots though. There's little star designs, but these things are huge and they're heavy duty too. So we cut this up and use it for whatever we need. We could actually use that right now, but it's actually really thick, and we could cut it up for any use that we need. Some ugly welds right there.
Getting away.
This has been giving us so many problems because the metal is so thin from where the rust has been eating it up over time. But we're starting to make a little bit of progress. As you can see here, it looks pretty good on top. We gotta get welded. We got weld up the top a little bit over here, but we gotta clean up the bottom a whole lot. Look at that. This looks pretty good, in my opinion. In order to weld this hole, we had to do small little welds, very short, maybe like a couple milliseconds, so the welder would not blast through the metal. So we ended up building up upon the welds and ended up filling up the hole, and hopefully it'll look good after we grind it off. Missed the spot like right there. There's like a hole. That didn't work because the metal is way too thin over here, so we're just decided to go ahead and cut out over here, cut it over here, cut it over here, and then weld a whole brand new piece of metal that we got left over from the cab corner.
Okay. This done first.
Yeah.
I gotta seal it, seam seal it.
Yeah. Wow.
So we had to cut it out here and then had to cut it out here. It's got rust holes in some of it. Let me see if we can get some that's good.
Dang. Is that one piece?
Yeah. They come off a Jeep. Stiff
Oh,
rails.
oh, oh. Golly, bum.
So I'm gonna see if I can salvage any of it.
Yeah, the pins right there. You can always cut that off right there, can't you?
Well, yeah, I can cut these off. And
Yeah. But use that long one.
be about like
Yeah, you cut this edge off this right here.
actually
Right
just
there.
go up. And then I put it on. I think it worked.
The door really ain't lining up too much, especially where the new cab corner is. So we're gonna have to take a piece of metal and weld it to the cab corner to make sure that it's lined up good and the line is all proportional.
Stick that there and weld it on that side. That'd be enough. It's not working too because of that paint.
No.
See how much different it is.
Oh yeah.
Whenever you can hear it.
There goes all the, what are they called? Dirt dauber nests.
Get in there and pop that back out.
Ah.
Just a tad bit through there. And then when we close the door, that sandpaper.
Oh, yeah.
Sand through there.
Hmm?
Now you get that dent back out.
That paint's chipping off completely. It must have didn't sand it very good.
But I got a lot of that.
Got it to fit now. It should be even, somewhat over there. Even down here, it should be even.
Yeah, it is.
And all we gotta do now is finish up the body work. That's gonna be it for today's video. We did a ton of work on these rocker panels and this corner panel, and then all the welds and stuff. This is about 3 days worth of footage. I edited down into 30 minutes ish. And so I'm really happy with how it turned out. There's still a little bit that we have to do on this side, but for the most part, all the welding and grinding should be just about finished. So now in the next episode, we're gonna be starting on that side, and we're gonna cut all that out and see if we can save any of it. So I hope y'all stay tuned, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.